Morning. Welcome to my new channel, Has Travel and Photos. My name is Chris Hazlitt, and Has was a nickname I picked up when I was in the Army. And the goal of this channel is to show ways of traveling besides using a car. I'm not saying I'm not going to use the car to travel. I'm just, hopefully, I won't be using a car as much, and I will be using other modes of transportation such as bicycles, trains, whatnot, and kind of hopefully everybody out of the mindset that everywhere you go has to be. Sorry, there's a bunch of birds around here, but then hopefully it will be ways to show other forms of transportation. Especially the way gas prices are going, insurance costs are going up, just all that. It just seems like it's getting more and more expensive to take care of a car. So the hope is that I can use the car less and use other means of transportation more. So what I've done is I did I have about a 5-minute video that I'm going to attach to this video. So whatever this is plus this intro plus the 5 minutes is how long this video will be. And it was just me kind of going out and about, running some errands on my bicycle. And the cool thing is that sometimes when you get out and about in other ways besides vehicles, you could check out things you may not typically check out. So there are 21 missions in California, and one of them is here in Oceanside, where I live, Oceanside, California. The missions were founded by the Spanish when California was Spanish and Mexican territory, and from my house to the mission it's about 2 to 3 miles, kind of depending on the route, via bike ride. And I decided to cruise by there, and then maybe quarter mile, half mile from there is an old, like, historic cemetery. The Pioneer, why am I drawing a blank on it? It's like the Pioneer Cemetery, but it's just a couple miles, or not a couple miles, it's a half mile or less from the mission. And so that's the only other time I've really checked that out was when I was a kid. It had like wooden tombstones. It had stuff like that, you know. And you don't check it out. I don't check it out because there's not like a parking area to it. It's just a little dirt road, a little maintenance road to it, so that way it can be taken care of. And since I visited it as a kid, 30 years ago, whatever it was, they've added up a fence, but you can still kind of, you know, cruise part of it. And that's something you may not always check out if you're in a vehicle, because you're always just point A to point B. Let's go, come on, let's go. But when you get on like a bicycle, you slow down, you check things out more. And then what I did from there was just take off to one of the grocery stores. You'll kind of see my bike set up for how I could get, you know, like groceries and stuff around. And then I cruised by a local restaurant, and then I rode by a place. Sorry, I'm trying to recall everything that I did in the video. And then I cruised by a place called All Saints Cemetery and Church, and it's right next to Heritage Park Village. Those two places I didn't full-blown stop, not like I did with the Pioneer Cemetery, but I just kind of, you know, got a little, you know, 5-10 second videos of each. But it's just stuff that you could check out and see via bicycle. And if you have an e-bike, do that. You know, e-bikes are always great, and it's a good way to get around too. And actually, this part's coming up in 5 minutes, so I might as well make this a 10-minute video. So enjoy the video, guys. Looks like flowers are going to be blooming soon. I mean, makes sense since it's the middle of February. And there's the Pioneer Cemetery right up there. Across the way from the Mission, San Luis Rey right there. San Luis Rey Pioneer Cemetery. I just realized, so here's the main cemetery. I just realized I knew there was a road right here. And I thought it went all the way around, but I guess it doesn't, because here's the corner of the fence, like right here. I'm trying to look at the video in the sun, it's a little hard to see, but right there, right about there. I kind of wish we could go in, but there's all this barbed wire. I mean, it makes sense. They probably want to preserve this. Well, not probably. They do want to preserve this as much as possible. But I just realized there's one tombstone right there that is a tree stump. And even though the Mission's over there, Highway 76 runs along here. I mean, there's the intersection right there. And then there's Rancho de Oro right here. And so many people I don't think know about this cemetery. So I did decide to kind of come up this little road. It just comes around, stops right over here somewhere. I'm gonna probably just cruise a tad bit on foot. But this grave and this grave I just find interesting, and I think, I can't tell, but I think that one still has a birthday of like 1898. I can't quite tell. It might say 19, but it's hard to say. And then actually this one was a OPD, Oceanside Police officer who was killed in action. The sad thing is that they have a shopping center right here, and of course they got the 76 right here. And it's hard to see, but way in the distance is that should be Idlewild, San Antonio Mountains, and then Palomar Mountains right over here. Now I just saw the birth on this one, or the time on this one, 1899 to 1908. So he was young, 9. That one right there, 1860. 1860 or 1880? I think it's 1860 to 1916.